Welcome to Africa, the continent of past, present and future. In this series we embark on a journey to explore this magnificent continent, often misunderstood, frequently misrepresented, yet endlessly fascinating. In this video we'll answer some of the most searched questions about Africa, its location, history, challenges and the boundless opportunities it holds. Let's dive in. Our journey begins with a simple yet profound question. Where is Africa? Africa is not merely a country, as some mistakenly believe, but a vast continent, the second largest on our planet. Imagine, if you will, a landmass so expansive it straddles the equator, bathed in the warmth of the sun. This is Africa, a continent that stretches over 30 million square kilometers, a tapestry of diverse landscapes woven together. To the west, the mighty Atlantic Ocean crashes against its shores, while to the east, the Indian Ocean laps at its edges. Look north and you'll find the Mediterranean Sea, a bridge connecting Africa to the civilizations of Europe. Africa's location at the crossroads of the world has made it a melting pot of cultures, where ancient traditions meet modern aspirations. The very notion of Africa being discovered is a misconception, a remnant of a Eurocentric worldview that has long obscured the true history of this continent. Africa was not lying dormant, waiting to be found. It has always been here, a cradle of civilization, a wellspring of human ingenuity. Journey back in time with me, millions of years, to the very dawn of humankind. In the Great Rift Valley of East Africa, we find the fossilized footprints of our earliest ancestors, a testament to Africa's claim as the birthplace of humanity. For over 200,000 years, humans have walked these lands, creating vibrant cultures, building empires, and leaving their mark on the world. Long before the pyramids graced the Egyptian skyline, Africa was teeming with life, innovation, and human endeavor. The misconception of discovery arises from a narrative of colonialism, a time when European powers sought to claim ownership over lands and people that were never theirs to claim. The winds of change swept across Africa in the 20th century, carrying with them the resounding call for independence. After centuries of colonial rule, the people of Africa rose up, demanding the right to self-determination, to chart their own destinies. The struggle was long and arduous, marked by both triumphs and setbacks, but the spirit of liberation burned brightly, fueled by the sacrifices of countless individuals who dared to dream of a free Africa. In 1957, the Gold Coast, led by the visionary Kwame Nkrumah, became the first sub-Saharan African nation to break free from colonial shackles. The year 1960 became known as the Year of Africa, as a wave of independence swept across the continent. Perhaps no other struggle for independence captured the world's attention like that of South Africa. In 1994, the world watched in awe as apartheid finally crumbled, giving birth to a new South Africa, a beacon of hope and reconciliation. Chapter 4. What does Africa look like? To speak of Africa as a single entity is to overlook its breathtaking diversity. Africa is a continent of contrasts, where the landscapes are as varied as the cultures they cradle. Imagine standing at the edge of the Sahara Desert, its golden dunes stretching as far as the eye can see. Then transport yourself to the Congo Basin, home to the second largest rainforest on Earth, a symphony of green. Picture the snow-capped peak of Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa, piercing the clouds. And then envision the vibrant coral reefs of the Red Sea, a kaleidoscope of colors teeming with marine life. From the bustling streets of Lagos to the serene beaches of Zanzibar, Africa is a continent that defies easy categorization. Chapter 5 is Africa connected to Asia or Europe? Africa is not an island, isolated and adrift. It is a continent intricately connected to both Asia and Europe, not just by proximity, but by the threads of history, culture and commerce. Journey with me to the northeastern corner of Africa, to the Sinai Peninsula, a slender strip of land that bridges the continents of Africa and Asia. This is where the two continents meet, where the sands of the Sinai Desert give way to the rugged mountains of the Middle East. For centuries, the Sinai Peninsula has served as a vital land bridge, facilitating the movement of people, goods, and ideas between Africa and Asia. It was a conduit for the spice trade, a pathway for the spread of religions, and a witness to the ebb and flow of empires. Look to the north, across the Mediterranean Sea, and you'll find Europe separated from Africa by a narrow strait, the Strait of Gibraltar. At its narrowest point, a mere 14 kilometers separates the two continents, a distance easily traversed by boat. This proximity facilitated a complex and often tumultuous relationship between Africa and Europe. The Roman Empire, at its zenith, stretched across North Africa, leaving behind an indelible mark on the region's architecture, language, and culture. Chapter 6. Can Africa unite? The dream of a united Africa, a continent bound together by shared prosperity and a common destiny, has long captured the imaginations of leaders and dreamers alike. From the Pan-African vision of Kwame Nkrumah to the unwavering belief in African unity espoused by Nelson Mandela, the call for a united Africa has resonated across the continent. But the path to unity is never easy. Africa, with its diverse cultures, languages, and historical experiences, faces unique challenges in forging a common identity. The legacy of colonialism, with its arbitrary borders and divide and rule tactics, continues to cast a long shadow. Yet, despite these challenges, the seeds of unity are being sown. Across the continent, we see a new generation of Africans, unburdened by the past, eager to build a future together. The African Union, established in 2002, stands as a testament to this shared aspiration, a platform for dialogue, cooperation, and the pursuit of common goals. Chapter 7. When will Africa develop? The narrative of Africa as a continent perpetually mired in poverty and despair is outdated and inaccurate. Across Africa, a quiet revolution is underway, a story of innovation, resilience, and boundless potential. While challenges undoubtedly remain, the pace of development is accelerating, driven by a young and dynamic population, technological advancements, and a growing spirit of entrepreneurship. Look to Rwanda, a nation that has risen from the ashes of genocide to become a model of economic growth and technological advancement. Or to Kenya, where mobile technology is transforming the lives of millions, providing access to financial services, healthcare, and education. And to Nigeria, a powerhouse of innovation, home to a thriving tech sector and a burgeoning film industry. Africa is no longer content to be a passive recipient of aid. It is taking charge of its own destiny, harnessing its vast natural resources and investing in the education and skills of its people. The development journey is not without its obstacles, but the trajectory is clear. Africa is on the rise. Chapter 8. Why is Africa poor? The question of why Africa, a continent so richly endowed with natural resources and human potential, continues to grapple with poverty is a complex one, with roots that run deep into the annals of history. To understand Africa's present, we must confront its past. For centuries, colonialism cast a long shadow over the continent, systematically draining its resources, exploiting its people, and undermining its institutions. The transatlantic slave trade, one of the darkest chapters in human history, saw millions of Africans forcibly removed from their homelands, their labor fueling the economies of European powers while leaving an enduring legacy of trauma and underdevelopment in its wake. Even after the formal end of colonialism, Africa's economic progress was often hampered by unfair trade practices, crippling debt burdens, and political instability. But to attribute Africa's challenges solely to external factors is to overlook the role of internal governance failures, corruption, and conflict. These issues, while often exacerbated by historical legacies, continue to hinder development and perpetuate cycles of poverty. However, a new narrative is emerging, one that recognizes the agency and resilience of the African people. Outro, the future is African. As our journey through Africa draws to a close, we are left with a profound sense of hope and optimism. Africa's story is one of resilience, diversity, and immense potential. Its challenges are real, but so are its opportunities. From the bustling cities to the rural heartlands, a new Africa is emerging, brimming with confidence, innovation, and a deep-seated belief in its own ability to shape its destiny. Subscribe for more insights on Africa's journey.